Welcome back to the channel, it's Andy and we're back with the Tottenham Hotspur save on the FM23 beta, and today it's the North London derby. We're at the Emirates against Arsenal into September now, 7th game of the Premier League season, and it's a derby. Last time, of course, we checked out the Champions League group as we looked at the UEFA licensing, which is brand new to Football Manager. But before that, we did have our first 2 league games of the Premier League season, and they were 2 huge games. We defeated Liverpool 2-1, coming from behind and getting a 94th minute winner, 3 points to kick things off. But then Man City brought us back down to earth by thrashing us 5-0, Erling Haaland getting that first half hat-trick as well, back down to earth with a 5-0 loss. And off camera, we did play 5 games, including our first Champions League Group A match against Monaco, so let's see what happened there. Kulusevski has the ball out wide for Son, and it's well controlled, and it's a good cross, and Harry Kane with the finish, but what a save by Martinez. Kane heads it for Kulusevski. Came with the ball back again here, well controlled, goes for the chip, but Martinez is equal to it. Son with the corner kick, and it's headed away by Samare, but Longlet heads it to Højbjerg. Son with the ball back again here, goes for goal, and it's in off the post. Lovely finish by Son to get his first league goal of the season. It's 1-0 with 27 minutes gone. Romero to Højbjerg. That's a great ball out wide for Matt Doherty, who's come up from wing back. Looking for Kulusevski, but can't quite find it. But that is a really poor clearance by Castagna, and a lovely finish by Son to make it 2-0. Castagna with an awful clearance, but a fantastic finish there by Son. So well controlled. Højbjerg with the free kick. Perisic looking for it. It's fallen to Kane, and it's 3-0. Justin looking for the header away, but it fell straight to a Spurs man as Harry Kane opens his account to make it 3-0. Perisic to Davies. And the ball comes back to Perisic. Good ball. Perisic with a cross. Bantonka with a shot. Good save, Sanchez. Perisic. That's a really good ball for Lucas Moura. A couple of players coming into the box, but Lucas finds the cross, but it's not great. Headed away by Veltman. Perisic to Kane. Perisic with the ball back again here. And he's going to look for a cross. It's a square ball from Lucas Moura, who's onside, and makes it 1-0 Spurs in the 69th minute. Tanganga. Romero to Bissouma. Oh, and he's lost the ball there. Bit of a heavy touch. Mope gets it back. Here's Dwight McNeil out on the left-hand side. Turns away from the defender. Tom Davies with the ball. And it's a good cross. And Iwobi with the header. It's off the post. And he gets another go. And Everton take a surprise lead in Spurs. 16 minutes gone. Alex Iwobi breaks the deadlock. Spurs have had to rotate a lot for this game with the fixture congestion. But it's been a disappointing performance so far. Trying to get back into this game to maybe save a point and go for a win. Bentancur. Oh, it's a terrible ball by Gardner-Guay. And Son gets the equalising goal from the Bissouma assist. 74 minutes gone. Spurs 1, Everton 1. Maripan going for the long ball. That's not going to find Ben Yedder. And the ball back with Spurs now. Eric Dyer on the ball. And goes long. That's a really good ball for Lucas Moura. Ahead of Caio Henrique. And a good chance here. 8 minutes gone. Moura sets up Kane. It's 1-0 with 8 minutes gone. Harry Kane with the Champions League goal. 1-0. Perisic with the throw to Harry Kane, who's got lots of space here. Højbjerg with the ball now. Longlet far forwards. And the ball back to Perisic. And here's Son. And Son back to Perisic, who has a go for goal. And it's bad by the goalkeeper. It's 2-0. Barely 15 minutes played. Matt Doherty with a throw here. Caio Henrique with a header away. And Kamara helps it on, but not much further on. Højbjerg with the ball now. Here's Longlet. That's a really good ball for Lucas Moura through the defence. And it's 3-0 Tottenham. We haven't even played 20 minutes yet. Monaco are all over the place at the back. Well, Spurs have been happy to sort of sit back for the remainder of this game in this second half. Monaco coming forward. Bissouma got caught there. And Jacobs puts through Ben Yedder. It's a goal back for Monaco. So it's not been an awful start. I've seen worse starts to a league season, but I've seen better starts as well. Obviously, the Man City defeat was pretty horrific. They absolutely destroyed us with that 5-0 win at the Etihad. Couple of disappointing performances there. Goalless draw against Villa, where we struggled to finish off our chances. And against Everton as well, we rotated a lot for that one, probably too much, which meant that we kind of helped them into the game. We did get an equalising goal to avoid defeat at home. But yeah, a couple of iffy performances in there. We have only lost 1 game so far, so that's not bad. And we're off to a good start in the Champions League as we beat Monaco 3-1. We faced Ajax after the London derby. And we have 2 games coming up against Shakhtar Donetsk as well. So it's a difficult group. but a group which on paper we should hopefully be getting through, but got some tough games in there. So it's the London derby today, of course, against Arsenal, although we are going to be without a pretty key player. That is because Hugo Lloris suffered a sports hernia in training, going to be out for possibly 6 weeks. So a big loss there. Our main goalkeeper going to be out for a little while. So that means that we will have to call upon Fraser Forster, 34 years of age, still a good goalkeeper. Losing our captain for a few weeks is going to be difficult. Kane's going to sort of step in as captain until then. Apart from that, we almost have a clean bill of health. Lo Celso still out for a little bit with a foot injury. He'll be back in a few days, so might be available for the Ajax game. We'll wait and see. Anyway, London derby time. Let's jump into it and let's see what we could potentially play. So Fraser Forster will go in goal. I was going to drop him back to a defence sweeper keeper, but I'm sure he'll be fine. This is the side that played against Monaco. I don't think we need to rotate too much. I think everyone's pretty good in terms of fitness. We'll put Brandon Austin on the bench as a goalkeeper option. He's just a 23-year-old backup. Back five is going to remain unchanged. Perisic has been probably our best player in his first few games. Doherty's been better at right wing back. Emerson Royale has been a little bit disappointing, and the back three of Longlet, Dyer and Romero have been the mainstay. We've rotated a little bit, but this is kind of my preferred back three. Højbjerg will play as the ball winner midfield. We've kind of been going between Bissouma and Bentancur as that centre mid on attack, and when we have Lo Celso back, he'll be available for that as well. Son, Kane and Luka started the game against Monaco, and they will keep their places. Kulusevski's not really done too much. Richarlison's on the bench as well. He's yet to find a goal so far in a competitive match, so we'll see how this front three does. And we've got other options on the bench as well. Defensively, we've got Sanchez, we've got Emerson, as I mentioned. I've replaced Ryan Sessegnon with Brian Gill on the bench, just so we have another attacking option. Gill's not going to be available for Champions League games, though we couldn't quite fit him into the squad. And I've listed him for loan as well. So Brian Gill was possibly a player that we'll try and get some football for. He went on loan to Valencia last season, so try and look for another loan spell for him, possibly. Couple of changes to the tactic. We are actually playing out from the back now, and against some sides which we're favourites for, we've got shoot on sight, but we are playing out from defence, but the defensive shape hasn't really changed too much. Sometimes we'll go for that low block, but we're just keeping it as it is at the moment, and we're playing a lot wider as well. The attacking players, Son and Lucas, will be sitting a little bit narrower, but we are playing a wide style, so Perisic and Doherty will hopefully have lots of space to get forward, and that's where Perisic's form has come from so far. He's had a good start, got a couple of assists in the league and a goal, so I've been impressed by him so far. He's done really well as that complete wing-back. Difficult game though, London derby against Mikel Arteta's Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. They've got a strong side as well. It's going to be a difficult one, but let's see how we do. We've been playing all right at the moment. We've dropped a few silly points, but mostly been pretty happy with how we've done. We're away from home, so a point would be good. 3 would be amazing. Let's just try not to lose. But 15 minutes in, Arsenal with the ball, looking for a set piece here. Oh, Romero's had an absolute nightmare there, but Fraser Forster has kind of managed to get him out of jail. That was lucky there. Christian Romero almost got caught with his trousers down. And now Bukayo Saka coming down this right-hand side to Martin Odegaard now, looking for Gabriel Jesus on Martinelli. Martinelli gets it. Doherty brings him down, and this might be a penalty for the Gunners here. Doherty bringing down Martinelli. It looked like he might have brought him down. But let's see what the decision is. It's gone to VAR. I think this is going to be an Arsenal penalty. It's the first one we've given away so far. It's been given. Arsenal with a penalty with 20 minutes gone. And I think it will be Martinelli taking it. No, it's Gabriel Jesus. 21 minutes coming up. Jesus with the penalty kick. And it's saved by Fraser Forster. What a time to be caught up in goal. Lloris is out for a few weeks. Fraser Forster comes in and saves the penalty. Okay, I like that. Lots of possession for us today, but we haven't really created anything with it. So I'm going to go a bit more positive and see if we can get something from, the lion's share of possession that we have. But Arsenal with the ball again here. Here's Thomas Partey, and that's misplaced. Bissouma gets it back. Son to Harry Kane. Moore is in space, and it might be a penalty at the other end now. It is. What a first half this is. A spot kick at either side. Lucas Moura, just niggled at the heels by Zinchenko, I think, is going to VAR again. And it's been given. It's another penalty. This time at the other end, Harry Kane with now a chance to make it 1-0 Tottenham. Fraser Forster saved Gabriel Jesus' penalty. Can Harry Kane score? He can, but Ramsdale went the right way. That was very close to being saved as well. But it's 1-0 Spurs at the Emirates. And we've seen 2 penalty kicks. That's the first 2 we've seen so far this season. And they both come in the same game. And Ramsdale got very close to that as well. And that spot kick was our first shot on target as well. We go into half-time, hopefully, 1-0 up. There's a minute left, and we do. 1-0 at half-time. A penalty each. Crossing apparently is not working. But yeah, it's a good first half. It's a pretty tight first half. A penalty each, as I mentioned. Don't see a need to really change anything. Remember, we do get 5 substitutions now, but you only get 3 opportunities to do so. So some changes, I think, will be afoot in the second half as Granit Xhaka looks to come forward. But Lucas Moura bullies him off the ball. We've just had a couple of silly mistakes in this in some of these games, and some of our opponents as well. Leicester, notably, were all over the place at the back, as were Monaco. Here's Heung-min Son on the ball. Goes back to Højbjerg. Perisic has come very far forward in the number 14. Floating ball looking for Lucas Moura, but Zinchenko will head that back to Aaron Ramsdale. This has been an exciting game so far, with penalties and all sorts of decisions. Here's Højbjerg in midfield to Clement Longley. Switches it for Romero. Here's Bissouma. Lucas Moura with the ball now, looking for maybe Harry Kane. He finds Harry Kane, and Kane goes for goal, but a good save by Ramsdale. Kane maybe should have done a bit better there. Højbjerg with a free kick, and headed on towards goal by Harry Kane, but just over. I'm going to go back to balance and try and defend this lead, and another injury. We've had a few of these. Richarlison had to go off injured, but didn't actually have an injury. Of course, we've lost Lloris for a while. Heung-min Son is now off injured. It's going to be a straight swap for Richarlison. And I'm also going to take off another player as well. Perisic has not done as much today as I'd like. So Ben Davies is going to come on for him. And we're going to drop back to a back 5 and just try and defend this 1-0 lead. And try and get through the rest of this game. Hopefully that's not a bad injury for Heung-min Son, because he has been an informed player. This left-hand side for us has been pretty lethal, with Perisic bumming forward as well. He's been really good. Richarlison, he ran past Cedric like he wasn't even there. Still coming forward is Richarlison. Can he find a cross? It goes back to Ben Davies, who's got some space to move into now. Richarlison has gone into the box. There's a good ball for Lucas Moura, but again, just over. And we look at the better side as we approach the final 10 minutes. Hopefully we can hold on for all 3 points. And a huge London derby win at the Emirates. Let's see. Granit Xhaka on the ball, goes back to Rob Holding. And Arsenal starting to run out of time here. Cedric's got lots of space on this right-hand side, though. Goes forward to Bukayo Saka. And across. Finds Gabriel Jesus. And we haven't defended that very well. Jesus has equalised. 83 minutes gone. And now we're going to hopefully get a winner and make sure that Arsenal don't. I don't want that at all. Cedric just had lots of space there. Richarlison far too late to react. And the defending just not good enough here. 3 centre-backs and Gabriel Jesus gets away from all of them. We're going to make another change at the very least. If Bissouma is going to come off, Bentancur is going to come on. And Romero has been a bit sloppy today. Hasn't really done too well. But we're going to leave him out there. We'll save our last couple of changes just in case we have any injuries or anything like that. But hopefully we won't. 5 minutes of injury time here. Still time for either side to get a winner, but we need to make sure we don't make any more silly mistakes. Richarlison looking for Harry Kane, but doesn't find him. And now Martin Odegaard finding Gabriel Jesus. And Jesus, what a save by Forster. Richarlison with an error. And Fraser Forster has possibly saved us a point there. But there's still a corner to defend. 92nd minute. Emil Smith-Rowe on the corner kick. And it's going to be a long stoppage time here. Smith-Rowe taking his time over the corner as well. Surely Arsenal would want to win this game. But they're taking their time. Smith-Rowe with a corner kick. Harry Kane with the header away. Here's Kieran Tierney. Smith-Rowe, lots of space and time to put a cross in there. Richarlison puts out for a corner. 93rd minute. Another corner kick for Arsenal. And again, Smith-Rowe's going to take his time. Why are they time wasting? Are Arsenal fans happy with the draw at home? I don't know. It's a far post corner this time, but Ben Davies heads it away. Right, I'm making my last changes. I think it is more or less full time. But Lucas Moura is going to come off for Kulusevski, and Davinson Sanchez is going to come on for Romero. But that's full time. Arsenal 1, Tottenham 1. I think it's a fair point. I think it's a pretty fair point. I think both sides did pretty well. Penalty each, of course, Jesus was saved by Fraser Forster, and then we get a penalty ourselves at the other end, which Harry Kane converts, but Ramsdale was close to that. So Arsenal did score from open play with Jesus' goal, so we were maybe lucky to get a point. Arsenal probably would have been unlucky if they'd lost the game, but I think we did enough to get a point there. I'm pretty happy with that. Couple of mistakes defensively. Romero in particular didn't really do too much there, so might be a player to come out for the next game as we take on Ajax. We'll have to rotate for it, of course. And I'm hoping that Son isn't seriously injured. I think we missed him as well during the end of that game. Not a serious injury, thankfully. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks, so he'll miss the Ajax game, the Brentford game, and then we have an international break. So luckily, he's only going to lose a couple of matches. But Fraser Forster kind of saved us a point there, saving the penalty and also that big save late on as well. Forster did well. But what I think we'll do is next episode we'll switch focus to the Champions League. We face Ajax away in our next game, and then we're going to jump ahead probably to that home game against Shakhtar Donetsk because we go into October. We'll play ourselves a Champions League game, and then after that, if we haven't got through by we get to the Monaco game, we'll do that. If we've still got something to play for in the group. If not, then we might jump a bit further ahead. I'm not quite sure how we'll go, but yeah, we'll try and plough through this season a bit more from now. You know, we're showing off bits of the game. We've had a London derby, so we'll try and get through a bunch of games now. We have got our cup tie. We're against Bradford in November, so we have got our Carabao Cup tie. We're against the League 2 side, so that would be a chance to maybe play some more inexperienced players, some younger players. But not a bad point away from home there. I think we did enough to get a point, but I don't think we deserved a win based on how we played. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave comments and subscribe. If you haven't or if you're new, turn notifications on. And next episode, we'll switch focuses a bit to the Champions League and we'll face Shakhtar at home, the Ukrainians, and see how we look in the group. We'll have played 4 games. Hopefully by then we'll be through maybe with a couple of games to spare. But we'll wait and see. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.